Why is it that we miss people and miss events and miss the good times, right? Especially if we're not having a particularly good day, or we're feeling lonely or something, like, oh my god, I miss my ex-girlfriend, I miss my ex-boyfriend, oh my god, I feel so lonely. Or, I miss my old town. I miss the good times when I used to go out for a walk in nature and I had all these cool friends, and I don't like my new town. Oh no. So, you know what I'm talking about, right? We just nostalgia, we call it. We miss things, and we feel nostalgic, and we tell ourselves, like, I wish I can be in my old city again, or I wish I could be with my ex again, etc., etc., etc. And you have to realize that you really don't miss the place, you really don't miss your ex. And in fact, me and my brother were talking about it the other day. So we were saying, do you miss Canada? Because we both left the country 5 months ago. And so we were talking about it. He was just, he just left a couple of days ago. He was here in Pi. And we said, well, so we've been on the road now for 5 months. So let's see. Do you miss Canada? Hello? Hello? So we were talking about it. And I asked him, do you miss Ottawa? Because that was his base. His base city was Ottawa. My base city was Hamilton. And my brother said, yes, I do miss Ottawa. I miss certain things that I used to do. I used to go play soccer on Sundays, etc., etc., etc. I had this friend that I would always chill with. And then we discussed it a little bit further. Then I told him, you know what? If you go to Ottawa right now, all the things you miss, within 3 days, you would do everything that you just mentioned to me. You would see that friend that you miss. You would go and play soccer. You would do this. And within 3 days, you'll be like, all right, it's time for me to get out of here again. And he agreed. He absolutely agreed, because he understands that he actually doesn't really miss all these things. But there's a certain thing that we're going to talk about, because that phenomena of missing things still happens. He still misses certain things. It would take him 3 days to do these things to realize that he doesn't miss them anymore. Okay, now for me, same thing. We talked, and he said, he asked me, do you miss Hamilton? I said, yeah, I miss Dundas. That I lived in this heavenly part of the city in my last year there, and I lived there for 8 years or 9 years. So, I had loads of friends, unbelievable amount of friends there. Okay, I mean loads, very good friends, very, very good friends. Some of them very woke too, very, very, very smart people, fellow wanderers, right? And I said the same thing, but I also realized that within about 3 to 5 days, I would see all the friends that I miss. I would go and take a walk in my old place in Dundas, and then Coots Paradise, which was a beautiful trail that I took copious amounts of mushrooms in. So maybe I would have a trip there again. And probably in 3 to 5 days, I'd be like, all right, time to get out. Time to leave again, right? Because in truth, I don't miss it. In truth, my brother doesn't miss it. And in truth, you do not miss your ex, or you do not miss the old place that you lived in. Now, let me tell you, what is it that you actually miss? Okay, so you understand your predicament and you could work on it. What you actually miss, my sweet friends, is presence. Okay? Presence. That's what you miss. You miss being present. Okay, so take for example my brother missing playing soccer every Sunday, because that's what he used to do. Sunday was his favorite day because he used to play soccer, and then he would see his best friend there, and then they would get high after. And here comes Lucy. Hi, Lucy. And So that's what was happening, is that so that's what he misses, right? But what he misses is being present. We talked about this, me and him, because he's so present. On Sundays, he's here. He goes, he plays soccer. There's no time to think. You see, it's just pure flow, right? He's present. He's right here. He's in the moment. And then he's with his friend. This is their ritual. They'd go play soccer. They come back. They get high, and then they're so present for each other. They're present in the moment. They play FIFA. They play Call of Duty. They hang out. They order some food. They eat total presence from start to finish. Okay, that's what my brother misses in his city, in those things. For me, it's exact same thing. Going out, taking walks in the beautiful trails in Dundas Conservation Land, where I am so present. I am here. I'm with nature. I am alone. I am in the presence of these wonderful trees and these wonderful entities. So many positive entities in that specific place that I used to go to. And that's what I miss. I miss the presence of being present in the moment, in right here, with the elements, with psychedelics. Okay, so with psychedelics bring you to the present moment. So that's the part that I miss. Okay, same thing with the certain friends that I miss, because whenever I'm in their presence, I'm so in there, listening to them, being them, they're being me. Exact same thing. So what I miss about Hamilton is the moments where I was so present right here, awareness in this particular moment, not wandering, not going here, not going there. Okay? And it's like the same thing. If you miss an ex, you miss your ex because, you had these intimate moments where you guys were like, making love and cuddling, and just right here in the moment, you feeling, you're not thinking about anything outside the bedroom, really. You're not thinking about anything outside of what's happening in the premise of that bedroom with you and with that other person. And that's what you miss, really, folks. You do not miss your ex, and believe me, if you were to get back with your ex right now, there's a reason why you're exes. There's a reason why you guys broke up. The reason is you can no longer stand one another's company, because it is time for you and for the other person to move on. Believe me, if you were to get back with your ex, and let's say you guys were to get intimate, first of all, I can almost guarantee you that it won't be as good as when you guys were actually a vibrational match. But even if it was, you'd be like, all right, that's that. I guess I don't miss her or him as much as I thought. Guarantee you. I guarantee you that's what's going to happen. Right? Because there's a reason why you broke up. If you guys were still a vibrational match, you'd be together, having fun, making love, and being present for one another. There's a reason why you're exes now. There's a reason why you broke up. And so you think you miss your ex, but what you really miss is you miss the presence, being present, your own presence, not even your ex's presence. You miss your own presence, just being here, being in the moment. Here, we're making love. Here, we're exchanging energy. You're telling me your life story, and I'm here listening to it with all my awareness, with every bit of my awareness. You miss your own presence. You do not actually miss your ex. You do not actually, you don't miss them. You don't miss people. You don't miss your friends. You don't miss places. Do not mistaken the map for the territory, folks. Okay? The map would be I miss the place. I miss this person. The territory is I miss my own presence. I miss being here and now. I miss being pure awareness, available awareness. I miss being energy. Okay? Because in these moments where you were present, whether it's playing soccer and having that whole ritual my brother did, the weed, getting high, etc., 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 and whether it's for me going out to these beautiful trails, the woodlands in Canada, and being present with the four elements and having some psychedelics to add to the mix, right? I did copious amounts of psychedelics in Canada. Too many trips, too many psychedelics, okay? Too much presence. So I have this idea in my head about this Dundas place that I spent last year where, you know, from time to time I feel like I miss it. And then I was like, you look at that. That's just as beautiful. And I'm just not as present here, hence me missing that part of my life in previously. But I guarantee you, if I go to Dundas again, 3 days is all it's gonna take for me to be like, all right, it's time for me to move on, because that's why else did I leave it? It's time to move on. You see, because it is time to move on. That's just it is time to move on. You see, so yeah, so then it's the presence. It's being here. It's appreciating what is. It's having your full awareness with the five senses, with your mind quiet and not wandering, and just here, right? Just being here. That's what we miss. That's what we miss in our friends that we love, that we don't see anymore, or our exes or something, right? But as far as your actual missing the actual, like, your ex or your friend or the place, you don't really miss it anymore, because you've had your fill. You know, you've had your fill. There is Lucy. She has this thing where she'll go far if somebody's with her, but she'll constantly look back to make sure that you're actually making moves, that you're actually going forward. So anyway, so it's like this, like if I love Lucy, you know, and when I left Pi, I was like, you know, I miss Lucy. But then I realized it's what I miss isn't Lucy, but when I see her and when we're together, that's Lucy, right? Yeah, when I am with her, I'm just like so present for her. I'm there, I'm petting her, I'm loving her, I'm sending her love, I'm like massaging her belly and like here, you know? So what I miss is because I am present for another being, and I miss my own presence. You see, but guess what? If I am here, or if I am in Nepal, or if I am in Canada, if I am present, good morning. So if I am here, or if I am, again, here's Lucy. See, she'll that's her territory pretty much. She sometimes goes there, but my guess is if I start walking back there, that within a few minutes she'll start coming back. So we'll see. She's pretty brave. She's a wanderer herself. She's an explorer. So anyway, what I was saying, if I am present here, then I'm going to be present for every dog that I see. You see? So it's like Lucy is actually everywhere. If I am present for Lucy in Pi, and if I am present for every dog, for every being that I see, that I encounter in every other part of the planet, then I have no reason to miss Lucy. You see, I love Lucy, and because I love her, I understand. See, I know Lucy too much. I know where she usually draws the line. If I was to keep walking with her, then she would have no problem, like she'd go anywhere. But if nobody's with her, then that's her territory. That's where she sort of draws the line. So I love Lucy. You know, I love Lucy, and because I love her, when it's time to depart, I have to, you know, they say, if you love a flower, don't pluck it, kind of thing. So why would I, you know what I mean? Like, why would I be like, oh, Lucy, you gotta come with me, or this or that, or, you know, I feel like you're my dog, I possess you, right? No, it's love is actually a lot of times indifferent, and I got a video coming up after this one on what is love. We're gonna dissect what love is, so you have a better understanding of what love is. So you know, so then the moral of the story here in this rant that we've been going on about is, if you want to live in the kingdom of heaven at all times, if you, oh, I love you, Lucy. If you want to live in the kingdom of heaven, then, and if you want to live in a state of non-neediness and non-seeking, a state of contentment and bliss and joy, then work on being present here and now. This is probably one of the best things you could do. And of course, meditation is the most obvious way of getting into the present moment. The reason why I, was so big on psychedelics for 4 years and I microdosed for 2 years, especially the microdosing part, because every time I microdosed, I was here. Total contentment, total presence. I didn't have to do any work, no meditation, nothing like that, right? And that's why I microdosed for 2 years, because it turns out that the best thing you could hope for as a human being living in this third density earth existence, earth experience, is presence, really. If you can be present, you will live a very nice, content, good life, and you will always be open for other beings because you're with. So because you're in the moment, always open for other beings, okay? Therefore, you won't really be going about feeling this nostalgia. Nostalgia is just lack of presence. That's what nostalgia is, okay? And anytime you experience a longing for the good old times, and you're being nostalgic, right? You're just not present. Because if you're totally present, that wouldn't really come across your mind, right? It's kind of like, the whole thing in South Park with the member berries. Remember where there wasn't so many Mexicans? I remember Star Wars? I remember Chewbacca? I remember that whole thing. What the Trey and Matt were making fun of is they were making fun of this phenomena. Okay, this phenomena of come here. Hey. Hello. Good vibes today. Good vibes. I think good vibes because I'm so present today. That's why. If I'm not present, there's no good vibes. But if I am present, there's good vibes. It's really quite bizarre, actually, how it works. Really quite bizarre. Anyway, what I was saying. Yeah. So what Trey and Matt were essentially making fun of is they were making fun of exactly what we're talking about here with the member berries. I remember, right? It's that whole thing, longing for the good old times, Remember when there wasn't so many Mexicans? Which is like basically, the rednecks and stuff, longing for the good old times where there wasn't so many immigrants, And that's just them not being present. And that's also racism, blah, 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 etc. Anyway, so, yeah, it's when you're present, you can be actually. It's when you can truly love other beings, because you're not clinging on or possessing to them. Because when we possess to someone, let's say you're in a relationship and you become possessive of your partner, it's because your only way of being present in the moment is when you're in the presence of your partner. Therefore, you begin to cling on because you think this is the only way I can be present, and you begin to possess your partner. Whereas true, and then that's not true love, actually. That's possessiveness, that's attachment, that's clinging. That's not true love at all. True love is presence. It's just if I'm present, then I let you go. You let anything go, because you understand that as long as I'm present all the time, I'm always at home. It's like Rumi says, I'm at home wherever I am. And if you're always at home wherever you are, and then your joy, and then you're always present, you'll always have friends everywhere. You'll always make friends everywhere. You'll always be present for other beings. If you really grown to love this dog, like Lucy for me, for example, I'm going to Kopangan in 2 weeks. Well, when I was in Kopangan, there was Pipi, right? I was in love with Pipi. If I don't know if you guys remember Pipi, she didn't feature as much as Lucy, and they did look alike, actually. Just Lucy happens to have black skin and Pipi was white, essentially, but they actually looked very much the same and they acted the same way. So I was there, and I left Kopangan, but I didn't leave it saying I miss it, because I was present. I came here, I was present, and I made a new friend, which is Lucy, and now I go to Kopangan, and I guarantee you there will be a new dog there that I grow to love also, you see? So it's like if you're present, you'll always have friends, it'll always be cool. You'll always, because if you're present, you're here, you're in a bliss, you're in a state of heaven. So moral of the story, meditate, okay, practice mindfulness, and do things that bring you more into the present moment, such as listening to music, such as taking a walk. A walk for me is a powerful way of bringing me into the present moment. And a being who's always in the present moment never needs anything, is always in a state of bliss, is always in a state of peace. So it's really worthwhile for you to meditate. It's worthwhile for you to incorporate, I would say, at least 1 to 2 hours of meditation a day, right? And I would do one in the morning, one in the evening, just so you can stay in there, because it's very easy to lose the presence. Now, I love making videos because they bring me into the present moment. I am so here now, right? That's one thing. Anything we get addicted to, it's because it brings us to the present moment. If we're addicted to people, we're addicted to people because in their presence, we are in the present moment. If we're addicted to drugs, any drug, food, psychedelics, weed, coffee brings you to the present moment, makes you focus, makes you here, you get the task done. It's because anything we get addicted to is we're addicted to because they bring us to the present moment. But if we can be in the present moment without anything, now we're truly in a state of non-neediness, we're in a state of non-seeking. And that's what heaven is all about, folks. That's really the kingdom of heaven Jesus talked about. The kingdom of heaven Jesus talked about is here-ness and now-ness. Okay? So this is why you miss your ex. This is why you feel nostalgic. This is why you long for the good old times. You've been eating too many member berries. Okay? You have simply been eating too many member berries. And hello. So yeah, that kid's wearing Liverpool's jersey. Nice. Okay, so hey, say hello. Sawadee Kap. So yeah, that was the message. You do not miss your ex. In fact, if you see her or him right now, you're gonna want to run the other way pretty soon. I guarantee you, pretty soon. Okay? And you do not miss your old town, because when you go there, within a few days, you're gonna be like, I want to run the other way too. So just be here now, be open to the new experience, listen to your heart, where your heart's taking you, and yeah, you're good to go. Okay? So that's about it. And I love you guys. And if you would like to join the Patreon family, become part of the family, $2 a month. It's reasonable, yeah, $2 a month, $24 a year. You'd be helping the community grow. The more resources we have, the more things we could do. I've got some interesting projects here, on the ground work coming up that I would love to share with you guys. So yeah, if you want to become a Patreon, a family member, I highly appreciate it and encourage it, just for the sake of the community. This is a community. So the link for Patreon is in the description. Also, one-time donations are highly encouraged, appreciated, and you could do so also via PayPal. There's a link for that in the comments or in the description. What else? Saeed Mobayed Instagram if you want to talk to me one-on-one or whatever. And until next time, may the force be with you.